Wewe lewa vile unataka lakini I'll sort my child out.
How did it get to the point of him dropping off school kids?
He volunteered.
Oh, he volunteered.
He volunteered. He was like, I'm an early riser. I'll get to spend more time with Kemi. Kemi nikasema it's okay.
So I'm guessing this CV, Mr. Footnote. Yeah, I also drink and drive. The fuck?
I didn't think that he'd ever drink while driving children. Sikuwaona, so I was like, whoa. Wagonge bump waanguke watoto wenyewe.
Honestly,
how do I even start answering that?
You imenigonga.
How do I start answering to other parents that my husband was drinking and driving? Tuseme waumie. Watu watapendukia nani? Si ni mimi?
Waumie or even worse.
Or worse.
Honestly, let's get real. Worst case scenario.
Yes.
You are mourning and someone else is 100 other parents are pointing guns at you.
Ilikuwa bwana yako. Hey, I caused at him. Unge grow the fuck up. Unafanya hii ni ujinga gani unafanya?
Aya,
what is this?
Ukatext in caps.
In caps.
Akasema.
Hey, akaturn this whole thing at if you asa ana post kwa the main group ya parents.
Reach out. Oh sorry, no, that was the family group.
No, see checkpoint. The group here, the carpooling parents.
Oh yeah, there was a group.
Yeah, there was a group. There was a WhatsApp group because everyone was like, it's going to be easier to communicate all of us. Yeah. So watu walikuwa wameshauliza like, mbona watoto wamechelewa leo nini mimi nimenyamaza hapo.
Oh, this same incident.
Yeah, that same day. Parents already started asking, watoto hajafika kwa nyumba, what's going on? Hata mimi nikamwambia hata wangu hajafika. I don't know what's going on. And
they all know it's your husband.
Yeah. No one knew we had separated.
Yes.
Everyone knew we were all together.
Wow.
So now, after I went off on him, he goes to the group. He's like, if anyone does not trust my caretakermanship or something, like he's careful, he takes care of the children, something. So the other parents don't know that he was drunk. They don't know that there's something behind it.
If anyone does not trust my Vin Diesel skills on the road, you can
to speak up. So the other parents are like, no, we're fine with you, Baba Kemi. No, it's okay. And then
so the
he was drunk.
The message was for you.
Yes, it was for me.
Because
it was also to show me that the other parents hawana shida. Wewe ndio kuna shida. Mbona uko na shida na mtoto amefika nyumbani? Why do you have a problem?
Okay, let's just get this clear kabisa. Back to that point where ulishuka. Oh, sorry, you went downstairs for Kemi. Anyway, at some point, did he get out of the car?
He didn't.
I'm trying to gauge how drunk he was.
No, he didn't. He was smiling there like.
Oh, the happy drunk.
The happy drunk, yes, yo.
Oh, the happy drunk.
I'm like,
where do you go?
The passenger, the friend, pia amelewa. I'm like, look at these two idiots.
So the other parents...
walinisumbua kichwa hiyo siku.
So the other parents are okay?
They didn't know. They didn't know. And they also didn't know that my husband was an alcoholic. Because these are not things that you talk about with other parents.
What for?
Yeah, hii ni maneno ya nyumba. You don't talk about these things.
Did they ever come to know?
Maybe after watching the show.
That's what happened.
Yeah, probably. But I called there's a lady there who asked me, what did Baba Kemi mean? What was he talking about? Nikamwambia, Baba Kemi and I, we are having issues, we separated, so kuna vitu inaendelea for that people will not understand.
Not understanding.
And I didn't like what he did today because he was drunk driving. She was like, what? Nikamwambia, yes. He was drunk driving and I didn't like it, and I spoke up and he didn't like it. Akasema, is it okay if we continue letting him drive our children? Nikamwambia, I don't know now because anyway, sijui sasa. Either way, he stopped. He stopped driving. I think alichoka or something. But he stopped, we got a replacement.
Okay.
So hapo ndo akapotea sasa from our lives. like completely. He wasn't chipping in anything. He wasn't visiting. He wasn't there. Nasikia tu alikuwa ameenda sijui wapi with some girls, or he was out here blowing money. I'm like, hey, okay. You know how people are like, it's a small town. Everyone knows everyone.
Kericho fish it, man it man society.
Yes. So naambiwa, tuliona mtu wako huku na wasichana. What is going on?
Kunaendaje?
I'm like, kila mtu na maisha yake. It's okay, let him enjoy his life. Then that is when Corona hit. March. March. Oh yeah, in this period, my daughter, I left when she was 5 months old. Akaanza winning. Yeah, nakumbuka there was a time I went to I went to the shop crying. Like nilikuwa natembea kwa barabara nalia. My milk ran out.
Wow.
I had a mental breakdown in February. And I almost attempted a second suicide. This time I wanted to jump from my grandfather's building. He had construction going on hiyo side ingine. So this one Saturday, nikatembea nikaenda huko. I had my baby tied on my back. Nikasikia kuruka and I just wanted to.
You want it all to end?
I just wanted it to end. I was tired because that was when, around the time when, like, he completely left everything to me.
Even communication shut down.
Yeah, February, like the beginning of February, we weren't even talking anymore. He wasn't sending money. He wasn't coming over. Like, ameniacha kila kitu. So that is when, like, I got overwhelmed by everything. Everything tu ikanikujia tu like
at once.
Yeah. So nimepanda huko that building, 5th floor. Unaangalia huko chini, you know the metal steel, what are they called?
Let's call them spikes.
Yeah, ziliko huko chini.
Those are metals that protrude on the pillars.
Yes.
I know the place.
Yes.
I know, like, sasa you're explaining it and I'm like, shit. Like, I'm seeing you there.
Yes, nilipanda hadi huko juu kutoka
Ngoja kwanza. Hold. What floor are you living?
3rd.
Ukapanda mpaka 5th.
Nikapanda 5th. On the other side, the side that I was living in, 3rd was the highest. But on the other side, 5th was the highest.
Sasa unaishi 3rd floor, 2 floors up. Ngoja kidogo tu. Ulikuwa na mtoto kwa mgongo. Umemfunga na leso.
African mom style.
What time was that? Around what time ish?
It was on a Saturday. People were not home in the other rental apartments. So it was just my daughters and I. And Kemi was napping in the house. It was around 5. Watu wameanza sherehe. Saturday.
Jioni. Is this something that just hit you? Pupama.
I was going for a walk. My baby was awake. So I was just going for a walk. Kupanda hapo juu, I just felt this urge to jump and just.
So when you're going up the 2 floors,
I don't have that thought in mind.
You're just going like to see.
Yeah.
Actually, rooftops are good for breathing and screaming or whatever. That's what you want to do.
That's what I want to do. But when I got up there, I could even hear words telling me jump. Like I felt the need to jump.
Actually,
and I would have jumped if I had both children with me.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah, I would have jumped. But sasa nikakumbuka niruke hapa na mwenye kwa mgongo, and then Kemi amuke apate she's the only one in the whole building. So I decided to go back to the house. Nikama hizo hormones zika reduce, so niko depressed ile ya hiyo, and then kuna hii, so yote ikashikana, and then
wow.
It did this. It exploded somewhere and I just wanted to die.
That is depressing. Like, wewe ni mama kabisa, that this is my kid and I cannot breastfeed. Kwa nini? Sina maziwa. Kwa nini?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well.
Goja.
The things we go through.
You absolutely sure? Okay. if you had both kids kwa rooftop ungeruka.
Ungeruka.
Ilifika hapo kabisa. Sababu unajua mimi nakuamini.
Ungeruka.
I believe what you're saying because I know you. So the only reason why we are still here is because Kemi was sleeping. Actually, it would make sense. Mnamwachia nani?
Naachia nani? Kwanza yeye, especially her.
Actually, especially her.
Who would take on a special needs child? Because I've devoted my life to caring for her. Like, I do everything that is humanly possible for me, for her well-being.
It's all about
So
her.
who can sacrifice that much for her if it's not me?
You know what, the thought of leaving her.
Her own bio dad didn't. My husband, he did not. Like, every chance someone had to step up, they turned the other way.
Nothing materialized.
Yeah.
Ilikuwa tu like some.
So who would?
Smoke.
Who would if not me? Who would? Siwezi achia wewe mtoto mtu yoyote. No one. I always pray to God and tell him to keep me as long as he can, as I can humanly live
For
just
her.
for her. Because even when she's older, she's going to need me.
Kabisa.
Even when she's going to hopefully get married and have her own children, a healthy marriage, she's still going to need me because raising her own children, not that she can't, but she's still going to need my guidance.
In fact, generally too,
She needs me, yeah.
Moms are so important. Like, unakanga even imagine, okay, for those who don't have mothers, like, hey, mama yangu angekuwa hapa. Alafu for those who have mothers, you look at someone is married, people are married, someone is married in their 40s. People go through interesting scenarios and challenges in the marriage. Unasikia mam, hebu kuja ututembelee. Unajua tu there's something.
And it's not putting higher importance in my presence in her life. No, it's a fact. She needs
It's a fact.
She needs me.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
There's a scenario I wanted to try and imagine it as vividly as I can. Shit. I'm still back on that roof. Nakwambia, you scared the shit out of me. Uliambia kitu nikasweat. Like, I'm just imagining, sasa Kemi ameamuka.
Hapo uko peke yake.
Aya, of course, wewe uliruka, watu wamepiga nduru, whatever has happened, si ndio? Sasa ameamuka, alafu the first person making contact with her ni nani? Atamwambia nini? Atajuaje this is a special? Watu unaanzia wapi?
Na sasa tulikuwa peke yetu hapo, si ati my mom or my sister was present. My mom and sister were not present. My husband was not also present at that point too. So who would have been there for her? No one had. Okay, yeah, people knew that building was my grandfather's, so they would have definitely called home.
Someone.
But still, who knew how to handle her at that point? Because I had never really let anyone handle her, because I'm like, why should I let someone, yet I'm here?
Yeah.
Why should I delegate that when that's
actually,
my job?
Yeah, and actually,
like, I accepted that I have a special needs child, and she's my responsibility.
Nata kama kungekuwa na ati someone else that would handle her. I mean, we're talking about a kid. How would you define handling her? He's not some kind of person that you just come and say, "We umekazwa na mkojo. Susu ende ulale." No.
Yeah.
First of all, utakuja hapo na kama uko na roho chafu ama nyeusi kama watu wengine, she's going to repel you. That's one thing I know about her.
Yeah. She will not even listen or understand what it is you're trying to say.
You're trying to say.
If you use violence, or if you
raise your voice.
If you raise your voice. If you're just not respectful to her.
Shit, that was
and
dark.
The hurtful thing about that situation, or sad thing about it, I told my husband about it later on. I was like, I'm not in a good place.
You told him about that incident, the roof incident?
Yes. I told him I'm not in a good place. I need help. I'm alone. This is overwhelming for me. I'm not okay. I told him.
Uh-huh.
Dude didn't show up. He didn't help in any way. He didn't do anything.
Was it a text or a voice call?
I called him. No, I texted him. No, I called him. No, I texted him. And I told him I'm not okay. I was like, I'm not okay. He didn't do anything. And I think that was the last time I tried to reach out, because I was like, this was my lowest. My absolute lowest. And someone didn't show up.
Akalenga tu.
Alilenga. Alilenga and just continued living his life, partying and running around with girls. Mimi niko hapo drowning in everything that I was drowning in, and I was like, this guy cannot. And it's not that he wanted attention or I wanted him to run to where I was. I just wanted an acknowledgement that I'm not okay.
Yeah, I'm at someone to talk to. You know,
yeah.
Like I'm going through this, you know, this talk. We take things for granted, like talking.
He actually turned it on me. I asked him, I told him, I'm not okay. I've not been okay in a while, and I wished that you'd be present more. You'd be some, you know, like all that. And then he was like, you made the sole decision to leave. So these are the consequences.
Whoa.
Yeah, he said, oh, I think I even still have the texts. I probably still do.
The story flipped.
Yeah, he told me you made the sole decision to leave. So, Kazana. And I was like, what?
Okay.
I made the sole decision to leave.
Are you serious? Oh, so it's like you thought I'm not important. Kula yo.
I made...
Halafu?
Yeah, that was in February. Then March, Corona hit. Schools had to close.
We had to stay at home and wash our hands.
Home, yes.
And wear masks.
And then around that time, my grandfather found out that I'm staying in his house. I hadn't told him.
Watu wataelewa unacheka kwa nini uko mbele. You had not told him.
I hadn't told him because I knew what he was going to say, so I wasn't going to mess that up.
Kwani msee, bazu, mtu anaingia kwa nyumba yake na ajui. What? So he found out
that I'm living in his house.
Hold kidogo. Let me not make it about you living in his house. Let me be that Kale man. Umetoka kwa bwana.
Why are you walking out of your marriage?
Umetoka kwa bwana. Wachana na ati unaishi kwangu ulipi. Umetoka kwa bwana. Umewacha musahulu. Umewacha mume.
And he used to like my husband. They used to have this, because my husband is old school Kale. And my grandfather used to say that this generation is rid of those old school Kales.
The ones with the morals, you know.
He found a young man who knows what is supposed to be done.
Yeah, exactly what he's doing. Jesus Christ.
Maybe that should have been the first red flag.
We and our cultures. What the? Haya, so he found out.
Nimetoka.
Mistake ya kwanza.
Nimetoka.
10 stars. Umetoka. Mistake ya pili, 20 stars unaishi kwake.
Bila kumwambia.
He
told me to leave.
Pandemonium.
Atoke kwa hiyo nyumba, anafanya nini kwangu bila, amekuja kuishi bila kuniuliza. Atoke. Throw out her things.
Oh, he's not telling you directly?
He told me directly. Later on, when I called him.
So you were...
No, wait. It was before. We had gone home. Corona hit.
Oh, hey?
Corona hit, and then we had gone home to my grandfather's house. That's I was staying in town. I couldn't go to my mom's yet. So I went to my grandfather's house, and then my mom came there. Tukakaa 2 weeks. Is like, mbona huyu arudi kwake? Why is she here? Why is she here for 2 weeks? Nani anachunga kwake if she's here? Kaambiwa siko, nilitoka kwa. Tokeni hapa. He was like, yeah, alisema tokeni hapa. Home. He was like, tokeni kwa nyumba yangu.
Like now, like tokeni.
Tokeni hapa. That's who he was. The Kipsigis culture, the Kipsigis community do not welcome women who have walked out of their homes.
So you'd rather stay and die?
Rudy, that is an embarrassment to me, to the family. Unatoka kwako kwa nini?
So you'd rather stay and die?
Yes. Vumilia kama like everyone else, Rudy.
Everyone else? Who is everyone else?
Everyone else
isn't this the culture we're supposed to change? Kwani,
I know.
Are we in the... What age? Hey, jeez.
Alisema tokeni kwangu. And then now he found out that I was staying in the townhouse.
Hey.
He was like,
gas, komoto.
At that point, I had gone to my mom's house because now we're not in school. The townhouse was on 3rd floor. So, and I wanted my children to play in a compound.
Hey, Nyazi. Hey.
So now, because we couldn't stay at my granddad's, we went to my mom's. So my grandfather is like, her things are there and she's there. Remove her things. Break that door and throw her things out. Vitu zake zinafanya nini hapo? I want to rent out that house. Yes.
How many other vacant houses were available?
There wasn't any. And that house was to be renovated first before someone else got in.
How much was the rent supposed to be?
10,000.
Break the door and remove her things.
Yeah, he told the caretaker.
Is it...
hiyo mlango toa hizo vitu hapo. Sitaki kuona, sitaki kusikia vitu za chela ziko hapo ndani. Atoke hapa arudi kwake.
Anyoroshwe.
So now that he had chased me from his house, home, and chased me from the townhouse, when he learned that I'm at my mom's, akaanza kupea pressure my mom. Huyo msichana anafanya nini kwako? Atoke hapo aende. Stop housing her. Yes.
So basically he had a gun on you.
He was like, arudi kwake, anafanya nini hapo?
Let me ask you, Maya, what was going on in your mind, Saizi? Because this is your family. Okay, can I describe him? Can I describe him kidogo? I don't know if it's not about him, but let me talk about him like the way I knew him. Let me use wealthy. You are wealthy. Eh? You're wealthy, you are old. Like kabisa umeishi. Then these are your great grandkids, you know?
No. I'm his granddaughter.
Yeah, so
my children are his great grandkids.
Yeah, these are your great grandkids. Instead of embracing them and loving them and spoiling them with every last breath umebakisha kwa hii maisha, uwapampa, uwaspoil.
Si ati sisi hatujasoma hata sisi, and we're not ati watu wa ushago kabisa. Hey. We're well read.
You're exposed. Unajua, exactly, mmefunguka. You're enlightened.
But now, if I did not get that support from my own family, now imagine mtu mwenye ako Ocha, ushago, like the family hawajiwezi. Like hana all these opportunities. This is why women stay in such marriages and then they end up getting killed.
People below the dollar ni bado ni overstatement. Like poverty kabisa. Yes. Na wako.
Mtu anasema naenda wapi kweli?
Haya, sasa umeenda kwa mom. Amepiga simu, anaambia utoke.
Anashinda akipigia msichana yake. Anafanya nini hapo? Why are you holding a fugitive? Alikuwa anapea my mom pressure. My mom also turned on me.
Sijasikia upati vizuri.
My mom also she made my stay feel so unwelcome until I left. I decided to just leave. I was like, sasa watu.
She made your stay feel unwelcome.
Like alikuwa ananitolea sasa hiyo stress yenye babake anamtolea tena ananitolea.
Akisha offloadiwa yeye anakuffloadia.
Makelele, apige kimi makelele. Sijafanya nini.